Good morning, gang. I'm your host, Afakasi Raider. Today, got my boy Ont6 joining us on the panel, and we've got a guest today that's joining us once again. Your boy, hello, Millenial Raider. Nutty Nate may join us, may not, but we're going to do the saying just for his sake. What's happening? That's what he likes to say.
What's happening?
At the start of our morning show. So salute to you, Nutty Nate. If we see you, we don't. You'll be on the next one. Salute to the panel and to the chat. How are we, gang?
Pretty good, brother. Happy we got another win.
And how about you, Millennial?
Doing good, man. It's Victory Monday. It's
Victory Monday.
New holiday this week, I guess. So it's good vibes.
It's a holiday?
Well, I don't know about you guys, but New Year's for us.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Nothing too big, but I get a day off, so.
Right. Oh, a day off is a day off. El Capitan, nice to see you, my friend. Tony in the building. And we got Wild Turkey as well. Jesse, I see you. Alex and Robert. Salute. So, gang, Victory Monday. We have won 2 straight now. We went to New Orleans and came away with a win, 25-10. Quite an emphatic victory when you think about it. Like, there wasn't really much portion of the game where we weren't on top per se. But I'll start off with you, Ont6. What you got to say about the game?
I mean, more than anything, I just want to shout out our offensive line. You know what I mean? Just to be able to get the running game going and go for 100 yards. That was a big thing. Even though Andre James struggled a couple times on some running plays I've seen. But overall, I'm just happy the offensive line was playing good together. Only allowed 1 sack. So shout out to our offensive line.
For sure. What about you, Millennium?
I mean, the game was good. I kind of get disappointed watching Aiden O'Connell, just knowing that we could have had him all season. It's kind of frustrating that Minshew got the job, just because I feel like preseason Minshew didn't do anything to win the job. You know what I mean? And the offense just looks different when Aiden's out there. I know he's not an all-star quarterback, but the energy of the offense is just completely different when he's out there. So I love seeing that.
Right. It has definitely been better, at least for the last 2 weeks. Did we turn over the ball at all this week?
I don't know.
I don't believe we did. So I think that's 2 weeks in a row. Did we? I don't think we did.
I don't think so, because it was a pretty dominant game. And
right. It was a pretty dominant game. So that's 2 weeks in a row we haven't had any turnovers. And we've gotten turnovers in return, 2 interceptions, I believe. And salute to you, all gas, no brakes. So AOC is trash. Well, I don't think he's trash per se. He's not. I'm not sold on him being the guy to move forward with in the future. But I believe he has a part of this team moving forward. But we will see. Any other takes, guys?
I mean, just shout out the defense as well, man. Another game for them stepping up, especially with a lot of starters out. You know what I mean? Shout out to Jones with that interception and shit. And I can't even pronounce his name. The Chason again. Yeah, had another great game and shit. Just makes you think, man, how deep we could be at defensive end next year if we're able to re-sign Kuntz and have Tyree in there and re-sign him as well. You know what I mean? Probably it'd be 4 deep at the defensive end position, but we'll see what happens. But it's just exciting to see them out there producing.
For sure. We will get to Brock Bowers, being that he broke 3 records today. But we'll talk about the other guys first. Yes, K'Lavon Chaser. I really like this guy. I really like what I've seen from him, especially in this stretch of the last 5 or 6 games where he's gotten 5 sacks, an interception. A salute to you, Raider Ben. I see you in the building. Nice to see you, my friend. Wild Turkey as well. But yeah, for me, since he's come over to us, since we signed him off waiver wire, for me, he's a former first rounder, right? And in this stretch of games that he's had, I've seen enough flashes from him to show me why he was touted as a first, and why he was taken as a first round talent. Something that I've wanted to see from Tyree. He has his spots, Tyree, but Tyree has not flashed to me, not even close, that he's worthy of that first round pick. Granted, this is his second season, but this is what I'm seeing from K'Lavon Chason. He's having this purple patch where, I don't know what happened with his former team and the Jacksonville Jaguars, why it didn't work out, but like the last 5 weeks, I've noticed, especially in the absence of Max Crosby, he's stepped up and he's been the guy who's putting on a lot of pressure, getting sacks. I mean, did he cause a fumble? Was that him who caused a fumble?
Might have been. I'm not sure. I don't recall off the top of my head.
I think he did. He caused a strip sack, but we didn't recover it. And one other thing that I can really appreciate from him is the way he plays screens. Today, he blew up another screen. I don't know if you noticed that. And I haven't seen a defensive end blowing up screens and playing screens the way he has been of late since the great Khalil Mack. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah,
Clavon Chason, definitely a guy that I've come to appreciate, especially of late. And I look forward to seeing him back next season and seeing what he can do with the likes of if we keep Max Crosby and if Malcolm Kuntz comes back and Christian Wilkins. So, yeah. What about you, Millennial? What's some of the other things you took away from the game?
I mean, the team hasn't quit on Antonio Pierce, which is great to see, right? I think, Trayvon Mayher has kind of held his own. Jack Jones did really good yesterday.
Had a better game, yes, he did.
I'm not a big Jack Jones guy, but I think that was, to me, his most meaningful pick was that kind of like game sealing deal. You know what I mean? And so it was nice to see that. Yeah, I mean, it was just a fun game. It's always awkward when the Raiders dominate, because I think my body and my mind is just so used to stressing that when we're not stressing at all the whole game, it's kind of weird,
Salute to you, Jason. Nice to see you, my friend. Hope all is well. Right, it is like we don't get these. For the most part, like there was that early period where we had some lapses, but like for the most part, like we have this game in the bag from start to finish. So it's a rarity for us to see that, because it's always a case of like maybe we dominate one portion of the game and then we just take the foot off the gas and allow them to come back into it. You know what I'm saying? Salute to you, we the people. I see you, my friend. Hope all is well. Isaiah Pola-mau, once again, like being a standout, and he's putting on some really nice hits, like at the point when the receiver is catching the ball and causing enough disruption for them to, cause the incompletion, because he's putting on legal hits, you know what I'm saying? Like right to the chest. And the timing of it, like I can really appreciate that and his play. Like it's been really nice to see like the emergence of guys like him and Clavon Chason. Like, look, I know this season hasn't gone as well as what we've liked, but there's been some positives, and it's nice to highlight those, especially after we've won a couple of games in a row. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we should circle back to Brock Bowers being the, 7 catches today, 77 yards. He did break 3 records. Can you name what those records for us, Ont6?
Yeah, he broke Mike Dicka's record for the most receiving yards in the season. I think he broke the Raiders record for most catches in the season. And then, I don't know, what's the other one? I forgot what it was. Those last one.
I think the most receptions from a Raider in a season. The most receptions by a rookie. And the most yards by a rookie. Can somebody in the chat confirm or deny? And salute you, Draft Kids 3-4, Raider Nation, baby. That's it. We know what time it is. So yeah, but he did break some records, and like it's really nice to see like Brock Bowers definitely make good on that first round draft choice, and not just make good. Like, I mean, he's hit the ball out of we hit the ball out of the ballpark with his production so far, and it's only going to get better. I mean, if he can do this in his rookie season with mediocre at best quarterback play and a not so stellar cast around him offensively, like then what else is he going to achieve throughout the course of his career, right?
No, true. It just amazes me, like you said, playing with 3 not stellar quarterbacks, and just to be able to produce the numbers that he has. And the thing is, too, the defense knows he's going to get the ball as well. You know what I mean? And for him to still be producing like that is just unbelievable. Something we haven't seen here in years. So just unbelievable. Just makes you think that we did draft the right guy in the first round.
Right. What say you, Millennium?
I think my favorite part of Brock Bowers like going crazy is that he doesn't do it for like stat padding or like garbage time. Like his yards, like he's always kind of out there giving the offense a chance regardless of what situation we're in. And so, it's nice, it's cool to have stats, but when you have stats and you're playing meaningful football on a 3 or 4 win team, that's even more impressive, right? With 3 different quarterbacks. So it's heartwarming, right? Or I don't know. Oh my gosh, my computer just locked. So yeah, I mean, it's a good feeling to have him there, right? We definitely want to get a quarterback that can, utilize him, but it's also kind of nice to, have a quarterback feel confident when they come and take over the team and have that kind of security blanket there. So it's, it's a very good asset to have.
Right. He definitely, most definitely is a great asset to have and to be a building block around for our future. So yeah, hats off to Brock Bowers breaking those 3 records today, and hopefully going to be breaking more records for years to come and establishing himself as possibly one of the greatest tight ends of all time. Shit, my fucking computer.
And he did it in 16 games, so I don't want to hear any of that. It's because the games got extended.
Yeah, because he literally did everything in 16 games. It's just really impressive. Like I keep saying, he did double and triple team sometimes, or even too the play that Aiden O'Connell had when he seen the blitz come in and he fucking hot rodded him. He took the quick slant and caught the ball real quick. And even that, you know what I mean, just being on the same page with the quarterback for being a rookie just really amazes me. So shout out to Brock Bowers, man.
Let's say about Aiden O'Connell's performance today. I mean, 2 touchdowns, I think over 200 yards, no turnovers. I mean, once again, proving that he's good enough to not only start but win us some games. What say you guys?
Like Manilio said, he should have been starting week 1 at the end of the day. I wanted him to start. You know, it was funny. Shout out to the homie Solo. In the beginning of the season, we had a little argument about who should start. I wanted AOC. He wanted Minshew. But just looking back at it, you know what I mean? The season would have been totally different with AOC under center. But it all comes back to the horrible hiring of the offensive coordinator in Luke Getsy. You know what I mean? So at that point, I don't think who really would have been at quarterback. It was just a horrible play calling.
What say you, Millennium?
I mean, same thing kind of went back to it. It was awesome. Like I don't know about him being a starter. I definitely think he's like a solid backup quarterback, right? Just because backup quarterbacks, you need a guy that is going to energize the team and be able to like get that win and make some solid plays. And I think Aiden's definitely capable of that. He made some good throws. Like I think he had that one dime that Trey Tucker just dropped. But then he was trying to scramble, which was nice to see, but it didn't work out majority of the time. But that fight, it makes all the difference for your team. Watching you out there and kind of going through that, and makes them want to all kind of come together and put it together. So I just like seeing the team kind of alive, and Aiden brings that to the team.
Right, I can agree. I can take that. Like for me, like Aiden has once again, like I said, he's proven that he's good enough to win games, and I can appreciate like while he's not by no means a mobile quarterback, like his escapability has gotten noticeably better. Like once again, he showed that today when he was able to escape the pressure and make that throw to, I believe it was Brock Bowers. You know what I'm saying, for a completion. So I can at least appreciate that he's getting better in that regard. Like AOC, I do appreciate. Like I said, I feel like he's good enough to start and win some games. My thing is that like I feel like his ceiling is that he's good enough to be good. I don't believe he's good enough to be great and to get us to that next level when it comes to going deep into the playoffs and possibly for a Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? Which I'm hoping is what we find via the draft. Like, I don't want us overreaching if we're going to be picking, number 8 or number 10, wherever it may be. We still got one more game left to jockey for position. But, there's no reason why we can't find value later in the first round or in the second round, wherever it may be. In Tommy Telesco, I trust. I'm not going to make this about the draft because, we still got to go through the free agency period and all that jazz. So I'm just going to enjoy the victory for now. But I do appreciate Aiden O'Connell's play, at least for the now. One other player we need to give a shout out to is Amir Abdullah. I can really appreciate that's 2 weeks in a row where he's been in charge of handling the rock, and salute to you, Raider Pete. I see you. And he had his first 100-yard plus game today. And I think that's the most yards from a Raider running back this season. 20 carries, 115 yards, 5.8 yard average. So, yeah, he was running with a lot more urgency, very emphatically the way he ran, breaking tackles, which was great to see. God, that Saints defense was awful today. Like, when it came to making this, I have usually it's us who misses so many tackles, but they were just slipping and sliding all over the place. But shout out to Amir Abdullah. Like, I really enjoyed what he's been doing of late, and I still think we need to revamp the running back room next season. But I think he's done enough to keep around because he's always been solid, right? Even despite our running back woes. Any thoughts on Amir?
I mean, I was still waiting for our pins from Sincere and Amir to run for 1,600 yards and 16 touchdowns, but so much for that. But at the end of day 2, it was a big game just for him alone, especially for the offensive line. You know what I mean? Especially our first 100-yard rusher of the year. And there's another player I want to shout out, and that's our special teams and Daniel Carlson for making these field goals. You know what I mean? He's been struggling for the last couple of games for him to, kick those kicks right down the middle, man. It was good to see him make those kicks.
Right. He did have one field goal block, but that's not really on him. That's more on the blocking assignment. So that's been happening a little bit too much of late. I want them to get that fixed. But yeah, shout out to Daniel Carlson and AJ Cole was booting pretty well today when he was called upon. But yeah, look, I'm happy all round. I mean, it does take us down in terms of the draft order, but I'm not going to think about the draft until the season's over. You know what I'm saying? And in Tommy T, I trust wherever we pick, and I'm sure he's going to make the best of it. But yeah, any other thoughts on the game?
Just nice to see a running game. I missed it, so good to have that.
Right, we missed it. It's usually been the strength of our team, but I've said it how many times throughout the course of the season. This has been the worst running back room committee, whatever you want to call it, that we've had for the last 25, 30 years. But at least in the last few weeks, guys like Amir Abdullah and Sincere McCormick, shout out to Sincere, have been producing somewhat. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like the running back position has just changed so much this year. I used to be the big one that's like, hey, it's okay to move on from Josh Jacobs, get 3 guys in there and get the same production. But all these old running back, well, I don't want to say old, but older running backs like Henry and Saquon and Jacobs, they're all kind of making the league pay for not giving them contracts a couple years ago. And so it's kind of crazy how they're kind of shifting that, because they're the ones that kind of get overlooked and underpaid, right? They take the most hits and probably make the least between quarterbacks and offensive linemen, and so it's kind of crazy how the season just went in general, not just for the Raiders.
For sure. Ont6, any thoughts on that?
To be honest, bro, I mean, I'm really just disappointed in general, especially in Zamir White, especially after the production he had, the couple games he started and shit. I wasn't gonna fucking crown him as the next great Bo Jackson or the next Marcus Allen, as some people, claimed that to be after those couple games. But I was just excited for him to see what he did this season. But he just been the biggest disappointment. You know what I mean? And shout out for Sincere. You know what I mean? When he came in, he was balling out for a little bit too. It just makes you think, what the fuck was this offensive coaching staff was doing with some of these players that are producing now? You know what I mean? Like, for example, why wasn't Jackson Power starting from day one at center and shit? You know what I mean? I understand you gave money to the fucking Andre James, but yeah, you just wasted him, for the first couple of games at left guard and shit. That made no sense and shit. And just the running back position, you know what I mean? Why wasn't Dula starting and shit? Or wasn't Sincere starting from day one? You know what I mean? Just makes you think how really bad Luke Getsy was and shit. Just think about if we actually hired Cleve Kingsbury from the Washington Commanders, look how good the offense is looking and shit. You know what I mean? Just makes you think. But at the end of the day, I'm just glad at the end of the day that he's gone. Luke Getsy was the biggest waste of time and money that we had here in the wild. Right. Since our Sheld hired that guy from the Bread and Breakfast, you know what I mean, to be an offense coordinator back in the days. That was just bad. But I'm just glad he's gone, and the future is looking bright now.
For sure. We still got a lot of holes that need to be addressed and fixed in the offseason, starting with what we're doing with our coaching staff and then free agency and the draft. But speaking of the draft, Raider Pete's comment here. Speaking of running game, if both quarterbacks are gone, Travis Hunter gone, and a top lineman gone before we pick, why not get our future running back in the first round? Genty just might be the best player overall available. I've heard a lot of good things about this Genty cat. I hear he's doing big things over at Boise. Yeah, look, if he's the best player available and he's as good as advertised, then if it's a case of best player available, much like last year, trying to find us a playmaker on the offensive side of the ball, I'm all for it.
I agree. I like the kid a lot, but at the end of the day, there's maybe like, I want to say, it was like 15 or 20 running backs that went over for 1,000 yards this year and shit. And there's going to be a lot of depth at running back. I could possibly see us even drafting 2 running backs in this draft class this year, just how deep our running back was. You know what I mean? But Genty's another level. If you're able to get him wherever we finish in the draft, I wouldn't be mad at that pick. But I really do need a quarterback or Travis Hunter to come out at the first round this year. But we'll see what happens.
Tell me that's not what he said, Jesse. Did he really say that? Can you read that comment there? Getsy said in a recent interview, we will regret letting him go.
Is that right? Well, he needs to quit hanging out with us in that 7-Eleven parking lot smoking rocks, because all he's ever done is waste the career of Devontae Adams here. And the only reason he got the job is probably because his buddy Devontae Adams said, "Oh yeah, he's a good offensive coordinator. He developed me over there with the Packers." And how did that work out? It's just funny how he talks like a bitter girlfriend. He just mad that he got fired at the end of the day because he was just a horrible offensive coordinator. He hasn't had no success since he had Aaron Rodgers. Let's just all be honest with that. If he doesn't have Aaron Rodgers, he hasn't produced nowhere else. Look how bad he was with the Bears. You know what I mean? Look how good Justin Fields looked with the Steelers in the beginning of the season and shit. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, we know it was all you and your horrible offense, Luke Getsy. So shut the fuck up, and you're going in the fucking bathroom with everybody else.
Speaking of put him in the bathroom, how about we segue to that? Even though there's not too many candidates on the Raider side of the ball, which is refreshing this week. What say you guys? You want to do it?
Sure, it's time to put someone in the bathroom.
Let's do it. Hang on, I'll play the clip and then I'll give the explanation of how it works.
Oh, stop fucking breathing on me. You're killing me over here. I'm on a fucking win streak. Stop breathing on me, huh? Bobby, put him in the bathroom.
Sonny, Eddie Mush is in there. He ain't gonna fit. I don't give a fuck. Put him
in. All right, so put him in the bathroom. And we do have a Bolt fan in here. How about that? Well, thank you for the viewership, but it's going to be interesting next week. So anyways, put him in the bathroom. So this is our segment where we put either a player, a coach, or staff, or even a fan who does something stupid or dumb, Raider related, and they need to go to the bathroom, so to say. So what say you guys? You wanna have a take, Millenial, or you want to pass it over to Ont6?
Nah, I want to watch it. Sorry.
All right. Ont6, this is his time to shine. Floor is yours. Take it away.
I mean, I wasn't going to put anybody in the bathroom, but since my boy Luke Getsy says that we're going to regret fucking firing him, how's that? we don't get anything. The offense looked a lot better. We actually had a running game. We actually had Brock Bowers getting the ball and breaking records. But with you, everything looked out of disarray. No, the running game looked horrible. We're thinking it was the players, but the whole time it was you. So maybe you need to look in the mirror and look at your football acumen and think about what you actually know and what you do, because clearly you're out of the league. If you were really that good, you would be in the league, right? What happened to the Jets head coach when he got fired? Oh, the Packers picked him up and he's doing over there. But what are you doing? Same thing with us. Sitting at home, drinking, acting like you wish you were in the NFL. So Luke Getsy, you're going in the fucking bathroom.
Well said, Ont6. All right, I don't have any other candidates to say, so I'll leave it at that. Yeah, Luke Getsy, you go to the bathroom and you stay the fuck in there with everybody else. So, salute to you, Holly. Nice to see you in the feed. All right, how about we move on to our next segment, and we're going to go to a little competition that we're running here on my channel, and that's our Guess the Former Raider. So I think it'd be interesting now that we've got Millenial Raider, who's an avid fan of our recent history since the turn of the millennium, hence his name, Millenial Raider. So all these guys are former Raiders since the year 2000. And the way this works is that it's on a points scale system. So if the first one to call out the name, I give it a point to. The last three guys are going to be a little tougher. So I'm going to award 3 points if you guys can guess that former player. Just give me a moment. I'm just going to type on my computer so I can tally up the scores. What say you guys? You ready to roll or what?
That's right.
All right. So just when you see the player, you just call out the answer in the first player. Call it out right. Gets the point. All right. Here we go.
Jason Campbell.
Millennial is on 1. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Miles Burris.
Too slow on 6. Millennial was on 2.
Zay Jones.
Oh, damn it.
3 to Millennial, 0 to Ont. Come on, champ. You got to step your game up.
Bruce Gradkowski.
Oh,
You're getting smoked out here. Come on, dog.
it's all right.
Nice work, Millennial. Salute. Living up to the name Millenial Raider.
Tim Brown.
Too slow on. Too slow.
Zach Miller.
Zach Miller.
Ont's still on a goose egg.
I'm still on the goose egg over here, dad.
Bruce Campbell. Or no, Bruce Irvin.
No, Bruce Irvin.
How many points is that now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to the Millennial, 0 to Ont.
It's all right.
Barry Sims.
No, that's not him. He went haywire. Oh, fucking shit. Oh, fucking Barry Robbins.
Yes! Oh, there we go.
There we go.
1 point on. The starting center, one of the better centers in the league in the early 2000s.
Tijuana guy.
Tijuana.
Stanford route. Ugh.
Very good.
Shit.
Very good. Stanford.
That was a good one.
Tyrone Wheatley.
That's Wheatley.
It is Wheatley.
Is that Zach
Damn, he looks
Crockett next to him?
He looks blazed in that photo, right? I think it's is that Napoleon Kaufman's number?
It looks like 22 instead of 32, but
right.
Yeah.
Hey, Critique, nice to see you, my friend. Good morning to you. I know you're busy at work, but I appreciate you stopping by on the feed. All right, next one.
Calais Campbell.
Nope.
That's who the fuck is that? Oh,
Yeah, I don't know.
He's wearing a Reebok jersey.
Oh, he's wearing the GU patch too. I don't know. Calais Campbell's the only one I can remember.
God, for a long time, mid 2000s to the 2010s.
Did we get him from the Broncos? I think.
Yes.
No? Fuck, I can't think of his name. I know what you're talking about. Fuck.
I mentioned him quite a few times in our team of the Millennium. He was the starting guard for many years, 2007, I believe, to 2012.
Cooper Carlisle?
That's it. There we go. On
What was
Cooper
I saying?
Carlisle. Something, not Cooper Carlisle.
Oh, well, that's what I was thinking of. I just said it wrong.
Fair enough.
Mike Mitchell.
That's Mike Mitchell.
Mike Mitchell. That is Michael Mitchell. Nice.
Bro, we had so much depth in that secondary. It's crazy. That was our third safety.
Right. But unfortunately, his best years was with other teams. He was more relegated to being that third guy, but still a cult favorite of mine.
Philip Buchanan.
Ont, I'll give the point to Ont. So
my boy from the U.
Ont is on 3, and Millennium was on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Fucking like 10.
7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Got a lot of ground to make up, but we still got time. Is it me or does that guy look like John Cena a little bit? This guy here. I'll zoom in a little bit. Look, it's John Cena. His name is John Cena. Anyways.
You can't see me. Steve Wisniewski? No.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I only know his son's name. I don't know his name. Isn't it the same though?
It's not his son. It's his nephew. That's Steve Wisniewski, an all-time Raider great, and Stefan is his nephew, who was a good Raider in his own right. But Steve, I had to go back and watch Raider football from the early 2000s, late 90s. The guy is a stud. Considered one of the greatest guards we've ever had. That's number 29.
Dave Emerson?
Emerson.
That's
one
of my fave cornerbacks in recent history.
He came in and did work, bro. Off the waiver wire. That was crazy.
He did.
Lewis Murphy.
Lou Murph. Just a bit of tip is I believe he's Afakasi like me. He's half Samoan.
Oh.
See how he's got the tat on his arm?
Oh, okay.
Oh.
So just a bit of trivia.
Throw that in there.
Cleatio Assembly.
I'm gonna say
Not a millennial. I just say his nickname.
I'll give it a millennial because he was in the middle of saying it first, but you said it out quick. There we go. And yes, it was Dave Emerson critique.
Washington.
DeAndre Washington.
Yes, DeAndre Washington. Millennial gets the point again.
Bill Romanowski. That is like one of my favorite Raiders right there, bro. Love that.
Right. Love that guy. Love it. My only regret is that he stopped doing those Romo's rants. I wish he still did those.
Fuck yeah.
That was so good. So good. For anybody who doesn't know what I'm talking about, do yourself a favor, YouTube search Romo's rants, especially after that, when he was doing them during the course of that 2016 season.
Yeah.
It makes you want to run through a friggin' wall. Absolutely.
For real.
Mario Edwards Jr.
I'll give that to On. That's if We the People is still in there, that is cult favorite player. He likes to bring him up a lot in the chat feeds.
Khalif Barnes, yeah.
Yeah, Khalif Barnes.
I'll call him by his nickname, Wiz. My bad.
Salute to you, Larry.
Look, and Eddie Vanderdoes.
Yes, or Eddie Vander doesn't. Raider critiques.
No idea who that
your
was.
favorite player of all time. Eddie Vanderdoes. You don't know Eddie Vanderdoes?
No.
From UCLA, defensive tackle.
He wasn't.
There's hype when we drafted.
We used the third round pick on him, I believe. What was it, 2017 or 2016? Anyways, he wasn't very good.
Doug Jolly.
Yep, Doug Jolly. There we go.
Look at that hair.
I'm still mad to this day that we traded him away to the fucking Jets, and then we drafted Fabian Washington, and then Aaron Rodgers got drafted in the next pick. Like, god damn, bro, that was.
It
As
trips
an
me
Aaron
out.
Rodgers fan at that time, I'm glad the Raiders didn't get him.
It trips me out when I was finding former pictures of Doug Jolly, and like, you know, in this day and age where all your receivers are wearing gloves, like he's, you know, you brought this up on one of our previous lives, like he was one of the only players in the league who was playing receiver and not wearing gloves, just doing it old school. He even looks old school with the 60s haircut to
Hell yeah. My boy Doug Jolly. Go have his jersey.
There's a game I remember as a kid in the rain versus the Chiefs where he was low-key just going off and it was raining and he had no gloves on, just beasting it out there.
Definitely a throwback player.
So,
Johnny Lee Higgins.
Johnny Lee Higgins, yep.
Sheesh, with that fresh cut, dog. Look at that.
Yeah.
Right. It looks like what's that movie with Wesley Snipes?
Blade.
Jack City.
Oh.
Yeah. But the best punt returner for me in the last 20 years, and according to, I think it was Stu who mentioned it, he wasn't the sharpest tool in the shed. He was a bit of a loose cannon off the field, but
yeah, no, I've heard that too.
A decent player when it comes to special teams. Receiving, he did some things, not really, but more of a depth guy. But definitely lights out with his returning and his celebrations too. Remember his backflips and that? Very athletic.
Yeah.
Clay Thompson.
Nope.
No. John Feliciano. John
Clay Thompson on
Feliciano.
steroids. I never noticed that. I can see the similarities now. But yes, it is John Feliciano.
From the U.
From the U.
Cleach or Ottawale.
Yep. Who said it? Was that you who said it first?
I think it was Ont.
All right, we'll give him a point. Higgins looked like new Chris Rock. Yeah. Well, they all had that hairstyle in that movie. Why I said New Jack City. All right, we'll move on.
Is that Darryl Russell?
Yeah.
Darryl Russell. Yes, it is. And rest in peace, Darryl Russell. I only just found out he passed not too long after he was out of the league. He passed quite young, so very tragic. But he was a productive Raider. So once a Raider, always a Raider. Fly high.
Clyde Wolford?
Yeah,
Yes.
from the U.
From the U.
James
Had
Hunter.
high hopes for Clive Wolford.
Me too, bro.
But he just never progressed after his rookie year. Such a shame.
For real. Oh, man.
Derek Burgess.
Derek Burgess.
Look at that face, bro. He was
Man, he
killer.
looks as much as he was a bad motherfucker. And Stu's got some good stories that he shares about Derek Burgess. He is every bit the bad motherfucker as he looks off the field. And one of his interesting stories was when he was talking about when Art Shell called him and Stu Swaggart soft, and he was just kind of like gave him the meerkat, like, what the fuck did he just say? Ont6, you wanted to say something?
No, I just remember when he just getting those double-digit sacks back-to-back years and making the Pro Bowl, man. I have his jersey, man. Just great memories with him.
Right.
And not even like just him, like the defensive line was just so good because he was there. Like everybody ate because he just would go crazy.
I still have yet to catch up to watching Raider football while with him. Like he was there before my time, and I'm going back watching old school Raider football. I haven't got up to the point where I've been able to see him in his Raider prime, but I do look forward to it. I know of his productivity and how good of a Raider he was. So, a very good Raider, once a Raider, always a Raider.
Kurt Morrison.
Leno gets the point. Yep, Captain Kurt. One of the best middle linebackers in the last 20 years. Yeah, to this day.
It's our all-time leading tackler.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, I didn't know that. Interesting.
Osbury? No.
No, fucking D'Amico Autry? No.
That's it. Yep, Danico Autry. All right. All right, so we got 3 more guys left. This is the bonus round. So for every correct answer you get from these 3 players, because it's a little bit harder, you're going to get 3 points instead of just 1. So Ont6, this might be an opportunity and a window for you to be able to catch up. So you ready?
Yes, sir.
Who's that?
That's Bruce Campbell.
Yes! Oh, wow. You got it. Nice
Left
work,
tackle
Bruce
from
Campbell.
Maryland.
He was a combine freak. I remember seeing the mock drafts after he lit up the combine, and he ran like a crazy 40-yard time, and he did really well in the bench press. That a lot of the teams were mocking him to go round 1 to us, being that like we were such a we're doing things the Al Davis way still, where he was drafting speed freaks, combine freaks. We didn't take him round 1, but we did pick him up round 4. Unfortunately, he didn't live up to his alleged potential, but he did okay with other teams. Just unfortunate, just wasn't with us. But salute to you Ont6 for getting that right. You get 3 points.
Yeah.
All right, we'll go to the next one.
Dave Osborne.
No, that's Doug Gabriel.
Nope. Millennial got that right, and salute to you.
Oh shit!
Already, nice to see you in the feed. So,
yeah.
Salute to you for getting that right. Pretty quickly, might I add. But he's a guy I remember seeing flashes of in preseason, and I liked Paul's like his size and his athleticism. But unfortunately, he got hurt, I think, one too many times, and he never got that chance to live up to that promise he was showing in preseason. But, yeah.
I remember him. I forgot his name. Though.
Fucking Loons.
Close Ont6, close.
He was on the 2016 team, right? Or
Nope. 2017.
Yeah.
2017.
Round
7.
I remember the guy wouldn't sign any autographs, and we're like, dude, like, there's more fans here than yards you had this season. Like,
I'm gonna give on the points, being that he got the name, the first name.
Oh yeah, no, give him the points. I don't know his name at all.
Shalom Luani.
Yeah, Shalom Luani.
Salute to Sam Tanker. Nice to see you in the feed, my friend. So that comes to the end of the competition for the Name the Former Raider. I'm going to tally up the scores. So just give me a moment. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 16. All right. So Ont's finished on 16, and Millennial has finished on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17.
Fucking murder.
All right. So I've tallied up the points. I'm just going to bring the banner up. Just give me a moment. Close this down. Go to here. All right. So in second place with a total of 16 points, we have the former champion, Ont6 Soldier, giving a final salute as champion, and now to be known as the former champion. So Ont6, well done, coming in second with a grand total of 16 points. But
try my best, but shout out to
Millennial.
Millennial. He's the one that started it, and he's the one that started Flashback Friday. So hey, shout out to him.
For sure. Well, he was the one I got the idea from, so I'm going to go over to our new grand champion for Name the Former Raider. Got your boy, Millenial Raider. Let's give him a round of applause. And he's got the spinny belt to show off his new title.
The champ is here.
You want to talk to the people about your new reign as champion?
I mean, I've had it for a while, but yeah, this is my title, man. I got it a couple years ago. I think I got Al Davis on here. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out my camera. I got an Al Davis logo right there. Al Davis logo right here. It says Oakland. Then it's got the 3 titles, and it's pretty heavy, and it spins.
Hell yeah.
A very worthy winner for the contest and living up to the name of Millenial Raider. And I will send you a prize. I'll shoot you a inbox. You can choose a hat or a shirt from lids.com, and we'll get you sorted.
What? Oh, snap.
Prize for winning today's contest. So, yeah. All right, gang. Well, that's it for now. Yep. Last congratulations. Round of applause. Anything else you guys want to share before we get up out of here?
Just one last thing. There's one game left, Nation. Let's just enjoy it, because once it's gone, we're going to wait almost another year for Raiders football. So with that being said, shout out to everyone pulling up in the chat. Afakasi, Millennial, thanks for having me on. Till the next one.
For sure. How about you, Millennial?
shout out to having me on. I miss my guys. Make sure you check out my Instagram. I'm giving away a Cliff Branch autograph picture. Enjoy the rest of the season because I know it was a long season, but it's kind of ending on a good note, right? We got some good momentum, good players to watch, things to look forward to. I maybe just don't think one part of the business is going to fix everything, right? There's a draft, there's free agency, there's trades, there's a whole bunch of parts to this game. So just enjoy it all, right? And that's it.
For sure. And I appreciate you having me on, Millennial. Thanks for stopping by. Ont6, you want to address this comment here? Can you read it?
He probably has, because he's over there smoking dope, saying Amir, Sincere, and Amir, we're going to run for 1,600 yards and 60 touchdowns. And from Mariah, they have a long way to go. It's one game left.
Or measuring Jim Harbaugh's penis, right?
For real. And his crystal ball.
Little inside joke. But anyways, gang, I'm out. Thanks for coming on and joining us today, Millennial, as well as you, my guy, Ont6. We'll get together again next week with my guy, shout out to Nutty Raider Nate. And also Raider Critique and Westside is doing their recap show, I believe, Wednesday evening, which we will be joining as well. So thanks, everybody. Thanks for stopping by. If you can, double tap the screen to hit that like button. You can go follow my guy, Millenial Raider, on both Instagram and YouTube. And one of the moderators can share out his channel in the feed. That would be appreciated. But anyways, I'm Afakasi Raider. Got your boy, Ont6 Soldier, down below, Millenial Raider, and the big bros can suck my dick. Raiders are the best. Maybe not now, but they will be in future. Salute for you for giving me the viewership. But anyways, I'm out. Raider Nation for life. Win, lose, or tie. You know what time it is. Raider Nation till we what, gang?
Till we die.
Till we die.
Yeah.
All right, I'm out. Take care, gang. Take care of yourselves as well as your fam and your loved ones.